Now, obviously, I've made it very clear that transparency and honesty is very important to me. With that said, I'm gonna do my due diligence. If you know, you know. And you know what? I was thinking, and I was like, you know what? If I'm sharing my experience, and, you know, it might make other people not look very good, even though I'm not talking shit, I'm just explaining a scenario or a situation that you put me in, and do with that what you wish. But then I was thinking about, okay, well, you know, I always play devil's advocate, so what would they come back at me with, right? So I just figured that I would give you guys that right now, starting with this morning, because I know that, like, when this, you know, this goes to court for the divorce or the business, either or, probably both, you know, he's gonna, this is like, what I'm about to read you is what he's gonna give the judge, and he's gonna be like, she's so mean and psycho. So I'm gonna read, because you know what, I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm not trying to say I was perfect. I had a lot of times where I put that dude through a lot. It is what it is. I'm not proud of it, but at the same time, it doesn't measure up. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing. Anyways, I was just feeling pissed this morning, Sunday morning, February 16th. And I, first of all, got pissed because I got an email from our bank, and I already have a new bank account, but he's still using the joint one, and I just felt pissy because I got an email about him, like, withdrawing money or something, and it's not even my money. I don't give a fuck. I can go online and I can look at it. I could pull money out if I wanted to, but neither of us care that much. I just felt irritated. I was just already in a fucking mood. It escalated very quickly, so brace yourself. This was this morning at 7:37 a.m. Ooh, 7:37. I want to read this. I want to see what's in here. 7:37 is move it. Take the initiative today. The thing in your life that's at a standstill needs you to take action. The relationship that isn't going anywhere, the job where you feel stuck, the business, or the home you need to move out of is calling to you. Think about what it is you wish was different and take action toward a change today. Damn. So without knowing I did that, I fucking did that. You're about to see why. Okay. 2:49. Hold on. Sorry. I got it. I mean, clearly I got to. Those check out. 2:49. Reflect. Express gratitude for lessons learned. No, this is good. Yeah, because it's like, I'm gonna, you know, there's still lessons learned. Right. Okay. The endings that are upon you, dude, the endings that are upon you can have you feeling mournful. But your angels ask you to reflect in gratitude, giving thanks for lessons learned. Write something down today that you are conflicted about letting go. Bury or burn the paper and say a prayer of thanks and watch as you disappear. Well, I mean, we could say that I wrote this down. So this also could count. It was like me. It was like my final releasing of, like, if you know, you know. The lights. It's the closing of the cycle. I'm so fucking cool. You can't, dude. 3:46. Hold on. I can't believe I ever let myself think that I was a freak for this. 3:46. Skipping steps. Details are important. You are moving at a faster speed than most lately, and your angels are reminding you to make sure you aren't skipping any necessary steps. Circle back today to a recent situation and make absolutely sure you did not miss any details or processes that could cause an issue later. What the fuck did I just say? Doing my due diligence, playing devil's advocate, and thinking about what he's gonna throw in my face after. Bro, you can't fucking play with me. Why that dude ever thought he could lie to my face, I don't fucking know, but you're a fucking dumbass. Anyways, okay, perfect note to get this going. This morning at 7:37, I said, please close the Navy Federal account, as the only way to remove me is to close it. I'm sick of getting emails when you take your girlfriend to Texas Roadhouse and withdraw money from the ATM. And then, right after that, I said, also, please have your attorney serve me the divorce paperwork, as I still haven't been served since you filed last year. He filed a year ago, and I still haven't been served. I will have to withdraw funds from the bank for a retainer to hire my own attorney for the divorce and my ownership in the business. The business will have to go out of pocket unnecessarily for attorney fees the more neglectful of major communication you become, which really only hurts both of us, the kids, and Pacific, and the business financially. So keep that in mind moving forward. Thanks. And see, at first I was going to stop there. I was like, okay, that's professional, straightforward, to the point. It's kind of really just saying, hey, this is going to be harder. You could just work with me and we'll get it done. And then I got mad again. I started talking about the business. So some of it is business details that I'm not going to read. blah, blah, blah. I was talking about business issues, and I said, I've tried speaking to you about this for 3 weeks now, and at this point, you are being neglectful of major issues while prioritizing busy work that isn't the top priority right now. I don't want to have to seek a TRO, temporary restraining order. If you know, you know. Paul. Anyways, I don't want to have to seek a TRO or an alternative, but it will come to that if you can't open your eyes and realize you are sabotaging 10 families' financial security by clouding your judgment with emotions and ego. Respectfully, please reflect on what you find important and prioritize, communicate, and rise above accordingly. And then I was looking into business stuff because I was up early working, and then I got more pissed about the business bank. And I said, I locked the business bank card not to lock you out of access, but to enforce more transparent communication. There are ATM withdrawals. I have no clue what the business purpose was pulled for. I wouldn't care if we were able to have adequate work communication, but you aren't doing that, so this is the next required step. If you need to use it, you'll have to let me know so I can unlock it for you prior. You are making every aspect of this harder than it needs to be with your avoidance of basic due diligence to me as your partner. Guys, for people who know backstory, you'd be cackling right now because you know I'm doing the exact thing back that he did. Whether warranted or not at the time, I don't give a fuck. Right now, this is also warranted, bitch. So, yeah, so I said, you are making every aspect of this harder than it needs to be with your avoidance of basic due diligence to me as your partner. Before you get mad and react out of emotion per usual, try to see this from a professional perspective and have basic respect for my role as I've supported you in this business since 2019 and earned the least amount of decency from you that you aren't even offering. I shouldn't have to threaten legal action for you to conduct yourself as a business owner who cares to do his due diligence. You need to have higher expectations for yourself professionally. Really, that's not even that bad. It's kind of just being straightforward, like, dude, be professional. This is fucking stupid. And then some time went by, and then I was stewing, and it turned personal. And I sent the video of the mommy one, you know, for someone who wants a mommy, you sure are not being a good boy. Like, why are you being a bad boy? Because I wanted to irritate him. And so I sent that video, and then I did the emoji because that's what he sent to me the other day when he was being a dumbass on our work contact thing. And then some time went by, and then I was still feeling like there was more that I needed to send. So I sent this video, which is also on my thing, and it is the one where it's the Billie Eilish sound, and it's like, stop. What the hell are you talking about? Keep my pretty name out of your mouth. And so the caption on it is, we have 5 kids, but I've always been the more reliable one, officer, because this is a whole story for another day, but he called the authorities on me, and I was in the driveway, and I could hear him standing at the door, and I could hear him telling them, he's like, yeah, well, we have 5 kids, but like, I've always been I've always been the more reliable one. And I was in the driveway, and I was like, says the fucking dipshit or something. I don't think I said dipshit, so he's gonna probably fact check me on that. Maybe I didn't say dipshit. Maybe I will actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna request the police report for little sweetie V, because I know that I'm gonna need it anyway. So anyway, I was like, says the dude that just got out of prison in October. I was like, you fucking idiot. And the officers were like, anyways, so I sent that. This is the culmination. This is the humdinger. 128. Thankfulness. Practice gratitude in every moment. In little moments, take the time to be thankful. As you cook, do household chores, drive, or even fold laundry, use the time to speak to your angels. No, sorry. 102 was maybe the one I was seeing. I was seeing 128. I was also seeing 102. On here, when I look, I'm seeing 1028, and so I was getting a mixture of both. Oh, yeah, it was 102. Address problems. Let go of unnecessary situations. Your angels want you to sort out which problems are yours and which are not. You are not in charge of the problems others put upon you unnecessarily. Dude, you can't tell me that this isn't an actual, channeling. And I'm so mad at myself for my entire 20s, hating myself and thinking I was a freak and a pariah and that I was going to hell. Because this is God. You can't tell me otherwise. 11:33, and I have whole body goosebumps and chills, and I'm also going to shit myself. So, that shit's real. Literally, this shit's real. You are not in charge of the problems others put upon you unnecessarily. Write a list of which problems you presently feel responsible for and narrow the list down to what you can solve for yourself. In a way, it's literally what I did in this message. In a way. Perspective. How do I... Okay. So I had sent that video of being like, okay, keep my pretty name out of your mouth, you fucking idiot. I sent that video and I said, I'm gonna try and choke it down. You're literally... I don't know if I could do it. I'm probably gonna seem like I'm switching, but I'm not switching. I'm gonna try and read it. How, like, one of the parts would have, like how, like, Whitney would have said it to him. Even though I'm not, like, switching. I'm just gonna, like, kind of get into character. If I can. It's funny. Okay, hold on. You're literally the dumbest person I've ever met if you think I will go down silently while you ruin everything that I made myself look a fool for supporting you in. Worst thing to do is fuck over the one person who has never given up on you. Don't be a lost cause, okay? Please, please pull your head out of your ass to mitigate the embarrassment that is your mindset and perspective at 38 years old. I expect my 12-year-old to have more accountability and common fucking sense. That was all in capitals, and then I put the laugh cry emoji. Trust me, I'm not mad at you. I'm just severely disappointed and disgusted with the fact that you turned out to be exactly what everyone else has always said. 359. Discipline. Practice self-control. Oh, okay, so this is me being reprimanded because I didn't do that. Your angels are asking you to demonstrate self-control. Your discipline will become stronger the more you use it. Take a step today to start or stop things based on what you know to be difficult yet necessary for your growth. They're trying to tell me that I need to like rein it in because I'm gonna, I need to like stop while I'm ahead. Okay, well, I stopped after this. Hold on, wait, 124. Review. Little moments matter. As you set goals in your life, know that with every thought, word, and subsequent action, you are creating it. Review your goals today and reflect on how the little moments in your daily life have power and influence over the creation of the larger picture. Yes, I know, this wasn't healthy of me, I know. But that's why I'm sharing it, right? Because I'm not going to only share the truth about him if it makes him look bad. I'll share the truth about me even if it makes me look bad. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Also, the funny thing then is that if it ever needs to be used later and he's going to be like in court, like, this is what she did, I'm going to be like, yeah, I mean, like, Your Honor, like, that's in my affidavit too. You know what I mean? It just gives you the upper hand that way. Even if you know you look bad, just fucking own it. Like, I don't understand the whole, like, being a pussy-ass bitch. Sorry, Steve, but I just don't fucking understand that. Anyways, trust me, I'm not mad at you. I'm just severely disappointed and disgusted with the fact that you turned out to be exactly what everyone else has always said. And there I was being a dumbass, sticking up for you through thick and thin, through prison, and all of your dumbass choices. Meanwhile, you treated me like shit for having trauma. 162. Improvements. Change brings abundance. You are being reminded through the number 162 that without a present change, things cannot get better for you. Your angels ask you to shift your perspective to see how things that are going away are leaving room for the new and improved to show up. Repeat this mantra. I look forward to the future. You can't fucking tell me that I don't have a gift. Because that's what it's saying. They were like saying like, okay, self-discipline, rein it in. Yeah, you got this out. You addressed it, but also rein it in and quit while you're ahead. Don't do any more. And then on this one is shift your perspective and see how this situation, how things are going, how the things that are going away are leaving room for the new and improved to show up. Obviously, we all can fill in the blanks on what that means. I'm not saying I'm going to go get another dude. Definitely not. I'm never going to be bamboozled by another man again because that's embarrassing. The emotional intelligence of men, most men, not all men, is very lackluster. And it's embarrassing to get bamboozled by one of those fucking dipshits when... I don't know. Sorry, I know that was very strong, and I'm sorry for hurting any feelings. 726. Yeah, I'm being reprimanded right now. That was why I went silent, because I was like, I don't remember. 726 is elation. Keep your vibration high. Your attitude is under a microscope today in the universe. How you respond will determine the way things will play out on a larger scale in your reality. Lie in meditation with your hands over your sacral chakra, the lower stomach, and repeat this mantra, I am joyful. I understand, guys. Angels, yes, I get it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be done after this. I will tone down the hostility. And now my sacral, like that area is on fire. My loins are on fire. Actually, the way this ends, that's so fucking funny. Hold on. 824. Enthusiasm. You raise the vibe. The happiness you exude to others lifts the vibration of everyone around you. Your angels applaud your enthusiasm and let you know it's a divine gift you embody. What did I just fucking say? I said I was gifted. That's how this works. Dude, I'm so mad at myself for wasting this gift my whole life. That's actually gonna, okay, now I'm like, it's gonna sound embarrassing, but like being filled with the Spirit, like, you know, when like Christians are like, I'm filled with the Holy Spirit. It's the same energy, right? But like, I am almost like so overwhelmed. I feel like I could start weeping, but I'm not sad. It's just like an almighty, all-knowing, all-powerful feeling. Plan a way to include others in your happiness, be it a little luncheon or a simple moment of shared happiness. And to me, what that message is that me sharing my experiences does genuinely help people. And I've known that. I've known that for a long time. I've also known that the people in my life who have always given me the most resistance, who have, sorry, my kid's playing Fortnite and it's so fucking annoying. But the people in my life who have given me the most resistance or who have had the most issues with me or given me the hardest time or that I have had to cut off no contact, all of those people ironically had one beef with me. And it wasn't really a beef. It was an unspoken thing where they would be like passive aggressive about it. And like, for instance, my mother, she'd be like, why don't you just go post about it on your blog and get everyone to feel sorry for you? Like she would say things like that would naturally keep me confined to being very self-conscious and aware of not wanting to be that way. All while knowing I had a gift in my ability to articulate a message that evokes emotion and logic and ethics in just about any audience I'm speaking to. And I've known that I have that ability for my entire life, but it's always been kind of used against me in very subtle ways that haven't been obvious. I've always known it, but not, like I haven't always known that that's what people are doing. Because I also don't even think people know that they're doing that. You know, when they try to kind of stifle your energy, I think a lot of it is on an energetic level. People, you know, obviously we are accountable to ourselves and our thoughts and our actions, but if we don't get the reins on that in the first place, we don't know which is which and what is what. And so I think a lot of people kind of are threatened by energy or give off energy to stifle energy. Like they do those things subconsciously without knowing, but it's on an energetic level. Yes, quickly. Okay. Did you bring him in?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Yes, shut the door. I had ordered them boba to keep them busy while I was doing this. 229. Hold on. Do not let go of your dream right before it arrives. See? Don't let anyone box that energy, the potential and the capabilities that you have right before you get to a major breakthrough that's going to show you a new understanding of why everything had to happen the way it did. The road has been long and your angels acknowledge that you are tired, but quitting now is not an option. Take a break today so as to motivate yourself to keep going tomorrow. Bask in the sun, walk barefoot in nature, or take a well-deserved nap, all in the name of self-care. So, yes, quickly, what? I'm
My
doing something.
cup freaking ripped when I pulled it out. It ripped. I pulled it out. I tried putting the straw in it.
Did you clean it up?
The cup ripped.
What are you wanting from me? If you spilled it, clean it up. Shut the door, please, and let me finish what I need to do. Ooh. Malachi. Molecular epidemiology. Moleculus. Malachi, now. Ooh, you better hold that sigh. I was calling you in to ask if you wanted me to buy you another one. But if it's going to be an issue for me to ask, maybe I shouldn't ask. What do you think? Should I? Because I don't mind. If it was an accident, I don't mind getting you another one. Did you clean it up? Are we good?
I cleaned it up.
Okay. I'll submit another one. What do you say? Thank you, Mom. But see, those are things that it's like, you guys might think I seem like a bitch and be like, wow, she's a fucking bitch mom. But like, also, I'm not trying to raise a son like the fucking man-child that I'm having to address right now. Because I just said I expect my 12-year-old to have accountability and common sense. He's going to be accountable to the energy he brings into my fucking space. And I'm going to let him know it. Now, am I saying that I always do it great and perfect? And I'm aware I'm not Gandhi. You know what I mean? Like, I don't try to be like holier than thou, like, oh my gosh, I have this gift and I'm just, No, fuck no. I'm just as fucked up as all the rest of them, if not more so. I've been through a lot of fucking shit. But given that, I have a lot of cool perspectives and connections and things that I've made that I think is like part of my purpose is to share that, because somehow I have an ability to point out things in a way that other people can relate to and apply it to their own life and feel seen and heard and empowered and educated. And that's important. So I don't remember what I was doing with all of this stuff. 12:22. Let's do 222. Trust fall. Your angels ask you to trust your place in life right now. You were in the right place at the right time. Take a look around and enjoy the moment. Everything is where it's supposed to be. What did I say? I said that I felt like this was my purpose. Yeah, that's how it works for me. So it's being affirmed. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this. So that last little bit that I had said was, trust me, I'm not mad at you. I'm just severely disappointed and disgusted with the fact that you turned out to be exactly what everyone else has always said. And there I was being a dumbass, sticking up for you through thick and thin, through prison and all of your dumbass choices. Meanwhile, you treated me like shit for having trauma. 7-Eleven. I'm sorry, can you see why the first 28 years of my life, or well, 30 really, were so dissociative? Because it's so much. I can't get a thought out without having, that goes back to what I was saying, was people don't, until you gain self-understanding and self-control, you don't understand how influenced you are by outside energy. Guys, I guarantee you, most of your thoughts and your energies and your impulses are not even yours. I don't mean that in a way that scares you, or that should scare you. I mean it in the way of, maybe you don't have something wrong with you. You don't have anything you need to fix. You just need to find you. When you find you and you know you then are able to identify with your own thoughts and feelings and how it aligns in your body. And you're able to pick up on anything that doesn't belong in that fucking space, because you know what's yours. Once you do that, you're essentially unstoppable, because you're able to not only block out negative things, but also accept or embrace some negative things that you know are maybe difficult right now, but it's a process and you can shift your perspective and grow from it and learn. It allows you to operate, in a sense, from a state of your life is yours and what you do with it, and not your life is what happens to you. If you don't know who you are, it basically feels like life is just fucking happening to you. You're just like this weird, non-existent but existent blob, and things are happening to you, and you're just there, and you're just getting thrown and tossed and, all over. When you discover who you are and you know how your presence feels in time and space, you're able to take something that happens to you and you're able to think, okay, well, how would I respond to, like, if I respond this way, or if I act this way, am I being aligned? Is that true to myself, right? Is that being crazy, psycho, neurotic bitch? Is that being mentally ill, unhinged? Or is it being controlled with self-discipline to say, these things are happening to me, but I know in my area right now, in my energy, I am me. So these things aren't happening to me. They're happening around me. And I can choose to intercept that energy or to disregard it as I want, as I see fit. And once you practice that, there's really nothing that you can go through that would send you spiraling, or that would feel like maybe a threat to yourself or your autonomy or your security or your boundaries, because you've already established what it is you're going to entertain and what you won't. And if you do entertain it, what does that look like for you that would be true to the direction you're heading? So basically this entire fucking speech was about me talking myself into some accountability to my behavior. Even though my behavior isn't bad, I'm really only shedding light to from some very true things. But it could be done more tastefully, more professionally, more empathetically, and I know that. Do I want to be that way though? No. Does it align with me to be that way? Honestly, to an extent, yeah, it fucking does, because that's how I fucking am. But I think that the lesson there is like when it was talking about when they were like saying, okay, you got it out, blah, 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 address it, have self-control, and now shift your perspective to move on from that. Is that that's kind of how this feels, is it's like, does it align with me to talk some fucking shit and put a dumbass in his place? Abso-fucking-lutely, I've been doing that since fucking 18 months old. Literally, my mom used to have an in-home daycare, and I was like, I think like 2 maybe, and there was like this girl that was like 5, and so obviously she was a few years older, and she was really mean. She was mean to all the fucking kids, and I don't remember this, like I don't like actually remember the memory, I just know of the story that's been told to me my entire life. She was this mean little girl, mean to all the other kids, and I was just fucking done with it. I was like, you're being a fucking bitch. Anyways, at 2, I walk up to her, and there's these other little daycare kids, and I put my arm out in front of them and confront it. So like, if you think of like she is opposite me, I put my arm out in front of this other kid or kids, I don't know, and I said, 33, 44, I said, don't you know that Jesus died on the cross for your sins? So yeah, it aligns with my personality. It aligns with me to call some shit out. But it also aligns with me to be resilient, overcome, to shift perspective, to articulate tastefully, and to be empathetic. So given that, I'm going to allow myself the ability to have this embrace that one little piece of me that is like, fuck you, fuck your friends, fuck your mom, you know what I mean? Although, no, don't fuck your mom. Linda, I love you. Thank you. Linda's the one that helped me see this gift. Anyways, that's the whole thing. That's why Steven came into my life. Don't think I haven't thought about, oh gosh, it's rabbit holes for down the road. If you ever want to hear stories, let me know. If I ever say things that are like, wait, you said something about this little thing, I want to know about it. Please comment those, because I would love to do story times about random little things, because everything is related and correlated. So thanks, Snowball. Anyways, I don't like this. This is what I mean. It's like, you can be enlightened and aware. You don't have to love it. You don't have to like it. I think there's this misconception that people who are like healers or at a certain emotional intelligence or enlightened or even religious or different, like there's a certain misconception that those people need to be kumbaya all the fucking time. And that is not accurate. One, on a logical standpoint, it's not fucking logical. That's not a thing. 2, if you know anything about energy or like, I mean, in all different cultures and religions, they talk about it differently. But like, if you think of like yin and yang, divine masculine, divine feminine, regular, just like femininity and masculinity, good and bad, things aren't polarized. So I want to say, yeah, I want to be like, fuck you, fuck your mom, not literally. But then I also want to not be that way, right? But neither have to threaten the other. I can allow space for me to have this little moment of processing and dumping and confronting him and being like, you're a fucking piece of shit. You're a fucking piece of shit. Fuck you, bro. But then I can also be like, you know what? You're a fucking piece of shit. But with that said, I understand why we're here. I know that I haven't been perfect. I know that there's things on both of our ends that led to misunderstandings and misperceptions and a misprioritization of what's important in our family, in our relationship, in our dynamic. And I know that things snowball, and we are here for a reason, and it's not only your fault. I think you're a fucking piece of shit. But also, with that said, I know my hands aren't clean, and I can admit that without feeling threatened or without feeling like I'm somehow saying you didn't do what you did. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not justifying you. When I say, hey, you're a fucking piece of shit, and I fucking hate you, and you screwed me over. My mind just went blank. And it's because I was getting numbers. 477 Ooh. 477 and 944. 477. Visualize harmony. You don't have to do this alone. The fears you have are not supposed to be yours alone to hold. Visualize your angels taking them from you. Sit in meditation and picture a bright light washing over you, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that doesn't feel right. 944. Oh boy, that's what it was. Ooh, buddy. Oh my gosh. The sensory overload is unbearable. Oh, fuck. $9.44 is advise. You are called to light work. I'm gonna start crying. It's overwhelming, but I'm not sad. Okay, for instance, right here though, can you see how this, if I didn't know who I am, if I didn't know that there's a purpose to this in a gift, and I didn't understand all of the things I just explained, what would that look like to you? Mental illness, multiple personality, mood swings, psychosis. This is what I'm saying. Guys, we're focused on the wrong thing. Don't focus on fixing something. Don't focus on fixing yourself. Focus on finding yourself, because how can you fix something you haven't found yet? What do they say? If it's not broke, don't fix it. How can you know anything is broken if you haven't fucking found it broken yet? Stop selling yourself short. Find yourself first. You won't like all of it. That's okay, and that's normal. You find yourself first, and then you tweak and align perspective and shift, and you learn and grow to work on the things you don't like. You don't just start being like, I don't know what the problem is, but I hate all of it. Like, does that make logical sense? No. Stop doing that. Anyways, you are being called to give counsel to those around you in need of it. Your angels urge you to light work, which is spiritual work in service to others, to remind others where the divine lives in them. Several times today, repeat this mantra. I am lightness. I radiate peace to others. And seriously, I hope that, like, this isn't coming off like I'm, like, trying to teach you something, because it's like, I haven't figured out. I am learning this as I info shit on your chest. I don't have all the answers. I am figuring it out as I go, and my third eye is fucking itching. But I think that that's why I like doing this, is because there's a certain authenticity to it that I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything in what I'm doing. I don't know all the sensations and thoughts and feelings that come into my body, but I'm learning. And I feel like for a viewer, for someone watching, it helps you also walk yourself through that process. Like, seeing someone else in real time do that. And it's not intimidating, and it doesn't feel like it's coming from judgment or like it's so out of reach, because it's somebody just like you who is learning just like you can. Versus, like, you know, when you see people who seem to have it all together, that's intimidating, right? You feel like, well, I'm never going to be like that. I'm never going to be that perfect. Anyone who has grown up in, like, a Christian household, or Mormon, Catholic, whatever, like, in a religious household where, you know, there's, like, the families, where, like, there's, like, certain families that have, like, seem like they have, like, a status in the church or whatever, and you look up to them, like, you're like, whoa, like, they are fucking perfect. I could never be that. Like, how do they pull it off? Guys, that stuff is fake. And if someone is claiming to be enlightened or healthy or of God or spiritual in the slightest, they will not portray it as such. I'm gonna go on. Oh, I saw 124 earlier, and I never looked at it. And then I just looked at the time, and I saw it. The time is 12:40 for 124. Review. Little moments matter. Wait, I already said 124, didn't I? Review. Little moments matter. As you set goals in your life, know that every thought, word, and subsequent action, you are creating it. Review your goals today and reflect on how the little moments in your daily life have power and influence over the creation of the larger picture. And so everything I just said, it's kind of like it's circling back to that point of, like, this is how you do that. Shifting your little perspective in everything you can throughout the day. Doesn't even have to be big things, because like I said, it's when you look up to that big, really pretty, perfect picture, that's intimidating and discouraging and not real. You focus on the little things around you, they add up. It's like, I don't know if you have those, like if your bank does like the round up feature when you swipe your card. That shit adds up. Dude, I'm so fucking cool. Okay, I need to be done with this because I'm hungry. I need to finish this. I'm so sorry for going on my tangent. Anyways, I put, at least I did. And see, and now I feel convicted when I read this, and now I feel bad because I haven't even finished it on the savage part yet. Although, no, here, I need to reframe that though. I can embrace both, and I can say, yep, I sent this shit, and I meant every fucking word of it. But I can also say, should I have worded it like that? No. Was it even necessary to really do it this way? No. Did part of me kind of get a little high off of just knowing I was being mean as fuck? Absolutely. Do I want to be like that? No. But can I have both? Yes. You can have both. I like both. So I said, at least I did right by you and actually wanted to improve myself. You only wanted to be the scapegoat for your ego. No, sorry. You only wanted me to be the scapegoat for your ego, knowing I've been manipulated my whole life. I was an easy target for you to have a puppet. Funny how I start recognizing your emotional abuse in therapy and calling you out on it, and then suddenly, I was so mean to you our whole relationship. And then I put LMFAO in all capitals. I said, you fucking crybaby. Where'd it go? I said, LMFAO, you fucking crybaby. The world is always gonna hurt your feelings if you don't start looking in the mirror to hurt your own damn feelings a bit. I love you, but you're so fucking emotionally daft and immature. It's been the most disappointing realization of my entire life. Yeah, I have a conscience in that. I don't like being like that. Even though I know it's fucking valid. I don't like that. Because I love him and I don't want to hurt him. But then, see, like, I cry about that because I'm like, wow, I don't like being mean. I don't like how that felt when I read it just now. But then there's that other part of me, which, yeah, then again, it's that, it's each side. But then the other part is like, bitch, why the fuck are you letting that get you? Why are you feeling bad about that when he didn't give a fuck for so much worse? But do you see how both are existing right now in me in the same space? And they're both valid. They're both so valid. And I think that we, like, people naturally, like, we're not taught how to embrace both of those. Like, we're kind of everyone's under this impression that it's like, you're one way or the other. I mean, maybe that could just be me because I'm autistic, but like, I see it with neurotypical people too, that it's a common theme. That it's like people think that, oh, if I've already misbehaved this way and I've been horrible and I talk shit, like, you can't change it now. You gotta, like, commit. You gotta stick to it. Which, again, that's the ego, right? And in order to switch your perspective, your ego has to calm down a little bit to be like, yeah, I was valid in freaking out about that, but, like, I also don't want to be like that. So, like, I'm gonna try to do it differently. You have to drop your ego for that, but it doesn't make either side more or less. I don't know if I'm explaining this very good. And then I said, and as you know, so I'm gonna read that again. I said, you're so emotionally daft and immature, it's been the most disappointing realization of my entire life. And as you know, I've been through some shit. Still 1,000 times tougher than your wimpy ass ego, though. I didn't even intentionally tie that into the ego. I didn't do that on purpose. I said, you thought I was mean before when I tried pointing out the behavior that you shamed me for constantly? No, sweetie V, I'll show you what mean is, and unfortunately for you, that'll just be me repeating the truth. Stop acting like a goddamn fool and put your head down for once. A 40-year-old man should know better. And so, see, the thing is that nothing I said is wrong, and I know that. And I know he's gonna know that. But now it's kind of like we're both faced with the same coin, just on both sides, just on either sides. He has to read this, and despite its harshness, be like, okay, well, she could have delivered that better, but, like, yeah, it's valid. Just like I have to read this and be like, yeah, that's valid, but I could have delivered it better. Everything is a mirror. Everything is give and take and reciprocal. And I'm not talking about the whole, you know, the bitchy memes that are like, you decide how we're gonna act. That's not what I mean. Because that involves the ego at an elated level. This involves the same. It involves your ego and your awareness to the scale to balance. How do you expect someone else to lower their ego or to understand your perspective or what you're trying to communicate if you aren't also showing that you can balance yours? That didn't make sense. My hands are getting really hot. I'm getting like 852 or 882, and I can't tell which is, I can't tell. I also don't know why I suddenly feel stuffy. 852 is overwhelm. Ask for clarity. There are many choices coming at you at once, and your angels acknowledge the overwhelm that can come with choosing what's correct for you. They ask you to write down your thoughts today and sleep on them and review them tomorrow. Okay, I'm not sure if, what was the other one? 882? That one resonates, but not like slam dunk. 882 is no obstructions. Embrace silence today. Limit distractions as spiritual messages, inspirations, and images flood into your thoughts and feelings. You are being asked to stay aware of your angels' messages by steering clear of the things that can drown out their calls to you. Sit in silence for 10 minutes today. So it was that one because I had to close my eyes and take the pause, and I had so it was getting me to do that. 5:35, and then I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna be done. I'm starving. Risk reward. Try new things carefully. You can live adventurously without throwing caution to the wind. Give and take. Both can exist at once. Duality. Your angels encourage you to try new things, meet new people, and take risks, but only in the interest of your highest good. Journal about new things you'd like to try and give reasons for why they contribute to living your best life. You see how all of this is just validating everything I've just said to you? My next message wasn't nice either. I said, your mom is so disappointed, and that makes me mad for her. She deserved at least one of her sons to make her proud, because his brother's in prison. I said, I hope you figure that out soon, because she won't leave me alone, and I can't keep being your babysitter trying to keep you out of jail. And I said, Linda deserved for her son not to turn out like Paul. Paul is his dad, if you know, you know. Which is exactly what you've become with how you've treated me. Get yourself some help, please. Like actual extensive therapy. There's no shame in it. It's only shameful for you not to. And actually, I think it's all in the perspective or the tone and how I read that, because you can read it in an empathetic tone and it sounds nice, but I could also read it in a bitchy tone and it sounds mean as fuck. Both can exist. Then I sent this video, which is the one I'm not proud of sending this to him. I'll just kind of put the video.
You can block my number, you can block my IG, you can't unsuck this dick. No, whole better run across traffic and run by me, cause she gon' get hit.
It's where the thing that says, you can be mad at me, you can think you hate me, you can think I wasn't wifey enough for you. But all I hear is the sound of you knees to chest while What are they doing up there? Anyways, this was mean of me, but I put the hand heart. So I sent it and put the hand heart, and I said, let me know when you're ready to accept your sexuality, bro. Me and my strap will be anxiously awaiting. And no, I'm not joking. You'll be so much happier when you just accept things for what they are. Live your truth, boo. Which also, you could take that as so fucking mean, or you could take it as encouraging. And I meant it as exactly both. No shame in that game. You wanna do that and enjoy that and whatever, you know what I mean? More power to you, you do it. I ain't judging you, but I am gonna judge if you intentionally don't accept certain truths, or you intentionally are clinging onto something that you know isn't accurate, and in turn accumulating this stank ass negative energy and permeating it into my space. Like, I will judge you for that. Maybe not the first few times. After a while, yes. Anyways, and then I blocked him. 155. So, first of all, I was just gonna say that for some reason, I feel like the things that I just texted him or messaged him, I feel like he will receive it. Maybe not receive it well, like it's gonna bother him, but it'll be enough to get him thinking. Anyways, as I was thinking that, I was trying to find this number, 155, and it is accomplishment. You are rewarded. The work you've done is being rewarded on many levels. Intentions you've made are being taken by your angels and manifested for you. The accolades you receive presently are an indication that more are to come. Thank your angels by doing something to help another person today. And I'm going to end it there. because I'm not trying to be holier than thou, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, see, I was doing community service. But at the same time, you know, the truth is important, and sometimes the truth hurts, and sometimes tough love is necessary. And sometimes that is your best way of showing somebody love, is by saying, like, I'm fucking sick of your shit, dude. Get it together. And sometimes that is the most loving you can be for somebody. And again, it's the balance. I'm really proud of myself. I hear him looking for the drink and I forgot to order it. So, and then really quick, I ended that because I needed to order him his drink because, you know, I had told him I would. The total, because I got the drink and then some other things for me and whatever else. The total was $34.34. Mirror number, right? And I was talking about mirroring, you know, like if you think of me and him mirroring back and forth. So I looked up 34, and that's creative connection. You have a spark. You are being called to pay close attention to the energies that drive you and motivate you. Get excited about creating your own life by following creative pursuits. Create a vision board with images and words that capture your attention and resonate deep within you. How cool is that? Because it's like, in a way, like, for me, like, my vision board or whatever, like the mood, like, that's kind of, in a way, my social media, right? Yeah, that's cool.